I've gotten a couple of questions from folks off of Facebook asking about the color on my birds and how do I look at color and when's the best time to look at color. And I just wanted to show this bird here that's walking along. You know, he's kind of typical for a young bird, and at least in my experience with New Hampshire, and others may have different experiences that they could share with you. But you can see he's got some little white tips on his feathers. Kind of looks real gangly and awkward as far as his color is concerned. And I don't really concern myself with how birds look until they're, you know, really putting on their adult plumage as far as color is concerned. There's just too much change between how this bird looks right now here and how he's going to look when he's really filling out and mature. And same with this bird here. Just walking by, you can see that this bird is still just looks like a hodgepodge of colors, and that's because he still is possessing some of his baby feathers and that sort of thing. So that brings me to another subject, which is when can you really go through and truly cull your birds? I think that there's a tendency of people to cull too early. With the age of these birds here, you can see that they're fairly large. So the kinds of things you can look at are defects, you know, beak defects, toe defects, general lack of vigor and vitality. You know, as far as their health, that's probably the most important thing, in my opinion, when we're looking at birds and judging them. But we can also look at defects on the comb and that sort of thing. But you can't really look at, say, these two birds right here, and at least I don't think so, and say, this is going to grow into a perfectly colored bird there on the left, and the right-hand one isn't, so I'm going to cull the right-hand one. I don't think you can really do that. And I think that at least with the level of experience I have, I don't think I can go into these younger birds and I can say, you're going to be great. A great example of the breed as an adult, and and versus another one that's not going to be. So I keep my birds around until they're quite a few months old. I would say at least 6 months old, and I really think that a year old is the best. And that's simply because I've seen birds that at 6 months old I thought, well, I'm just gonna put those in kind of the layer flock. They aren't that good. And at a year old, they look absolutely fabulous and are just perfect examples of the breed. That lesson has taught me that don't be hasty, because you might be throwing the baby out with the bathwater. So anyway, that's my experience, and others may have different experiences, but that's how I do it here, and I'm fairly happy with the results from these birds I'm getting.